Okay then everybody, we are just about to get underway for this short quali session. Then we will be into the race itself. All we have to do is just wait a little bit longer for them to head out onto the track. Yep, round 2 at Bahrain. They're taking what would have been the original calendar. So it was Australia first. And the winner of that isn't racing today, very interesting. Lee, but the person who came second. Oh, sorry for that. The person who came second is racing, and third as well. So Zoga came second last race, very good race from him in the wet. And then third is also racing. That was Finn. Finn finished finished second on the track, but due to Zoga's penalties being removed, he got himself back up into that second place, which is wonderful for him. Jackson, the only other person to finish, he finished in 4th place last week. Bahrain, yes, it's at Bahrain. Right then. It is Finn RRL, who's not RRL, RTL, who's going to be the first person onto a lap. Currently coming through turn 11. Make sure he doesn't touch that inside curb, especially on an out lap. You don't want to damage your tyres any more than you have to. What's interesting though is that he is on the medium compound tyre. That he is taking a risk here. He's going to try and make that one work instead of going to the soft, make himself faster now. He's going to try and get through on the better compounder tyre for the race. Mediums, so he can start on them. It's short quali, which means that these whatever tyre. Oh, he got blocked there. He's been blocked by Dark Flash. Dark Flash couldn't really do anything, being spat out in front of him, but hard for him there. This lap time won't be too representative of his pace because of him being blocked, and it'll be even less representative because he has spun right into the wall. Zoga also seeming to make a mistake here as well. Struggling to get the power down as well. Is Zoga just feeling it out at the moment? Should be fine though. Lovely apex there from Zoga. Absolutely smashing it. Now coming up the hill, just drops straight back down the hill into turn 10. Takes a tight entry into that wonderful corner. He hits the apex perfectly almost there from Zoga. And there he goes. Down the straight here, brakes very late, you have to for this corner in gear 4, you kind of want to take it now into the fastest corner on the circuit, takes it wonderfully, that's a purple sector 2 in the process. Now coming into the final sector, only got one corner between him and the line. What kind of time can he set here then? It's the apex perfectly there, possibly wanting to take a little bit less curb, but it's good enough from Zoga at the moment. Oh, and it's a great lap time. A 1:26.4. That's a great lap time from Zoga there. Wonderful. And Bailey goes even faster with a 1:26.3. Beating his time almost immediately there is Bailey. Zoga, obviously part of the Project Blue racing team, whereas Bailey is a part of, I don't actually know what team he's a part of. Where's James? James is currently on an outlap. He's part of the Project Blue racing team, even though his car is orange. We had a couple of jokes about that last week. But yes, he's in an orange car, but he is a part of Project Blue, same team as Zoga. So with face for Stonks goes up into 2nd place there. Let me just double check what team Bailey drives for. As actually, oh, there's Waldo for the Solo Racing team smashes it into first place. Dark Flash going 5th. Igor for Jaguar, I believe, in 6th place after just spinning and hitting the wall. Toby-Wan Kenobi also struggling down in last. That probably wasn't a proper lap from him, though, either. He's driving for Perks, Toby-Wan Kenobi. Right, so Bailey is... Who does he drive for? I'm really sorry I don't know this. Oh, Big Nuts. He drives for Big Nuts. There we go. Sorry. James' lap. There you go. James seeming to do well so far, but had to be very tentative on the accelerator there. Struggled a little bit just to get the power down. He goes wide. He invalidates. That will not be his lap then. Lots of people really struggling to get the power down here, especially turn 1 and turn 11 and 12 as well. They're really struggling to get the power down and just fire it through the corners. They're just deciding to relax a little bit more. I don't know why. They're just deciding to relax. But here we go. Here comes James again. It's on the power much earlier than everyone else there. Toby-Wan Kenobi goes fastest. There we go. Right up into first place there for Toby-Wan Kenobi for the Perks F1 team, with Solo and Odez Waldo just behind. And you've got... Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, I feel like you can get it down a little bit earlier than these guys are doing. But, obviously, it's quality. You don't want to mess up badly. You don't want to screw your tyres over. So, you're just going to want to relax a little bit more and just get in a clean lap. That's the main thing for the time being for these guys. What is that? That thing came up last week. I don't know what it's doing because it's alerted everyone in the server. Right, James Petty just coming through the last little bit. And now Joe Loke. He sets the fastest lap time there. Absolutely wonderful from him. On the medium compound tyre as well. Just noticed that. He's gone fastest on the mediums. Absolutely smashing it is Joe Loke for Perks. 1-2 for the Perks team at the moment. So there, they will be very, very, very happy. Purple sector 2 for Finn is looking like a very good lap. Petty invalidated his lap again, so struggling to get in a valid one here is Petty. But Finn about to cross the line here. Activating the DRS. Coming across the line. What time will it be? He goes fastest. Wonderful lap time from him. 7/10 faster than Joe Loke. Absolutely smashing it is Finn. But he is on the soft compound tyre, so he's going to be starting on a worse tyre than Joe. But doing very, very well. Yep, first person into the 25s. Looking very strong is Finn. Looking to improve by 2 places from last week after being screwed by a bad start and an invalidation in quali. James Petty, again, same story as last week, struggling to actually get in a valid lap. But once he does, you know it's going to be fast. Jackson just coming out for his outlap. Hasn't set a lap time yet, but he's on the medium compound tyre. He thinks he can do well. He had a good quali last time out. Struggled in the race though. Got 2 drive-throughs, yet still managed to finish 4th due to other people crashing out and him actually the last person to finish. It was a crazy race. Absolutely crazy, but wonderful from Jackson actually to pull so many gaps back from devastation. Why'd you just say the baby? What? Right. Finn, yeah, great lap from you. You absolutely smashed it out the park there. I don't understand how. 25.553. Blistering speeds there. And, yeah, probably. I don't actually know how fast you are, but probably. Finn is so fast. It's a shame that lots of people aren't here that, you know, are very, very fast. But, Jackson now. Oh, just touches the curve there. Having to fight it round the corner a little bit more than he would have wanted to. Oh, misses the apex massively there. Struggling to get the brakes on is Jackson. Jackson again missing slightly the apex. You want to bump over that curb a little bit more. Back activating the ERS now. He's on the medium compound tyre, which is going to slow him down anyway. So here we go. Coming through the fast corner now. Very good traction from Jackson there. Flinging it through turn 12 now. Wonderful, doesn't invalidate. And now going to come down into the final straight before he crosses the line. Here we go, down into the final corner. Oh, and that's not a new Stonks livery. He's forgotten to change it from something else. Jackson about to cross the line now then. Activate the DRS. And across the line he goes into 8th place. Not a great lap from Jackson there. No, it's not a new Stonks livery. Basically, he is part of a league who are doing a 10v10 thing at the moment. And that's livery for that. So he's forgotten to change it. But it's similar colours. So it's alright. The actual Stonks livery is Sir with faces. Which you can't actually see at the moment. But yeah, that's not the Stonks livery. Don't worry. Hello. So that's Igor pulling into pits after a very bad lap. He's going to have to go on to the softs and try and make it work from there. Petty on his out lap again, change his tyres around to try and do a better lap. And we'll be trying again in a second. Lots of people in this little section now. Loads of people lining up to do their laps. And trying to make this happen. Andy, what are you on about, mate? What are you on about? Obi-Wan Kenobi is on a lap. He's got a little bit of slipstream off of his teammate ahead, actually. So going down these straights, he should be a little bit faster. There we go. His teammate purposely slowing down a little bit to give him that slipstream. Absolutely perfect for the Perks team there. Jolo's got to pick up the pace a little bit. There we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi smashing it through the final corner. Would have gained so much speed down that straight there. So much time. And now crossing the line, he goes 2nd place, can't quite get 1st. Jolo, though, meant to be faster than Toby, so we'll see what he can do now. We'll go on board with him. Perfect, through turn 2 and 3 there. Activating the DRS, got the slipstream off his teammate. They're doing the slipstream strategy here, Perks. And it's working out very, very well. Currently sitting in P2 and 3. No one has crashed yet. Well, except from Finn, who's dropped it into a wall. Apart from that, no one has crashed yet. Wonderful. 2nd sector so far from Joe. Great traction zone there, getting down the throttle very, very early. And now about to bump over turn 10. Wonderful apex there from him. Activating the DRS, getting down the power very nice and early. And now flying down the back straight. Getting ready to ready himself up for the fastest corner. The nerves of steel you have to go flat out through here. And make sure you don't spin. It's ridiculous. He goes so close to that inside curb that would send you round immediately. And now coming through down the straight. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's Waldo. Has crashed. He is out of the session. He did exactly what Finn did. Just crashed out instead. And now Joe Loke activates the DRS. And he crosses the line and goes fastest. Very, very easy as well. What a time that is. What a time. A 24.7. That's absolutely ridiculous. 8/10 faster than Finn. Absolutely smashing his Joe Loke there. Absolutely smashing. Zoga has gone up into 5th place now. Improves on his time. See, this is the actual Stonks livery. There you go. Joe Loke is absolutely insane. Wonderful lap time that is from him. And it seemed casual as well. There was a couple little mistakes we saw in there. He could go faster. Probably not with the time restraints, but he could go faster. Bailey has now retired along with Dark Flash. They don't think they can improve. So they will be. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. No. That's very old. Infetti coming through turn 11 now, getting down the power very nicely there. Now flying it through turn 12. Hits the apexes absolutely wonderfully. Now turn 13. Perfect. Got to make sure he doesn't look too wide on the exit, which he does very nicely. And now coming down his last straight into the final corner now. Lovely braking, lovely apex. Not as good at exit as he could have had. Not carried enough speed through there. But as he crosses the line, it's going to be 8th place. Not what he would have wanted, but he'll keep going and he'll keep pushing for a better lap time. So his face currently up on his time by just under a 10th in Sector 1. What can he do in Sector 2 as he's about to cross the split now? Whoa, it's really out of shape through turn 11 there. Bumping over the curbs multiple times. Really struggling to keep it together, but he does manage to keep it together. But now he's way too far behind on his time. And that will be the end of quali for him as he crashes out in phenomenal style. James has invalidated again. He'll have one more attempt here, James, because it is almost the end of the session now. He'll have to recharge the battery and get himself ready again. Yep, 2 lap old soft stops people on slightly older tyres than they would want, but they are on them nonetheless. Igor looking to improve now. He won't be happy with that. And him and his teammate very much behind the rest of the field. Although Rocket has not set a lap time yet, they are at the back. Yeah, I know you can't really do 2 laps on softs, but he's doing it on older tyres and he's doing it again. He's on 3 lap old softs now. Finn RRL slightly down on his time in Sector 1. He had a very, very good Sector 1 first time. His mistakes came in Sector 2. We didn't quite get to see where he made a slight mistake in his last lap. We didn't get to see how well he did it. But a wonderful turn 10 apex there, but goes very wide on the exit. Struggles to keep it good and he invalidates as well. To add insult to injury, he might not even make the line. That could be it for him. He has retired. That'll be the end of his session. He's given up on it. Yeah, they'll be completely dead in the race, but he's trying to do the best lap he possibly can. So One Kenobi has spun on his lap. That is the end of the session as well. Joe Loke just crossing the line, but missing the turn 1 apex there. Joe Loke will keep his pole position unless Petty can do any better, but he's currently down on his time. Those tyres getting older and older. And now coming into the final corner. Can he improve by any more? Can he improve by any more positions? We'll have to see as he crosses the line. No, he can't. Actually down on his time. Igor then also about to cross the line. As he now comes down the final straight towards the finishing line. Running out of fuel, so he's timed this to perfection. Activates the DRS across the line. It's going to send him into 4th. Wonderful lap time from Igor there. Wonderful lap time indeed. So One Kenobi very much down on his time, but he's giving his teammate a slipstream. These guys working together so well. And Joe Loke looking to improve by even more now. Looking to cement his place at the top. Now comes across the line. What's it going to be for Joe Loke? He can't see. Don't know what it's going to be. Let's see whether it's better or not. Will he have improved on his previous time? So 24.553 before. No, it wasn't. It was a 25.553 from Finn. That was his. But he hasn't improved anyway. It was a 24.724. He didn't improve. So that rounds out his quali. Musical Rocket also got himself up into 10th place at the end, starting on the medium compound tyres as well, so that will really help him out. So it is Joe Loke starting on pole with Finn next to him, his teammates right behind him. Joe Loke going to be looking in his rear view mirror, hopefully for him, that Toby can get past Finn and they can work together to keep the lead. Eagle's going to be looking to get a jump on all 3 of the guys ahead, because he currently is pretty much carrying his team. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the race. They're already up, then we will do a quick formation lap, and then the race will commence. Who will come out on top? Who will drop down? Who will make crucial mistakes? We'll have to wait and see. If you have any predictions for the race, put them in the chat. We can have a little discussion about that during their formation lap. And, yeah. Starting in 10 seconds. Zoga third. Interesting. Interesting. He has got good race pace. He really does. He has got good race pace. But we'll have to wait and see whether he's got good enough race pace to get himself on the podium. Alright then. Formation lap underway. Dark Flash starting from the back of the grid with Jackson just ahead of him. These two looking for the race pace here, both on the medium compound tyre, so both looking for the race strategy over the quali performance. Both only put in one lap, so we'll have to wait and see who can do any better. Who can get the best out of those two, basically. Because it will be a fight for those two in terms of that strategy. Also, who is it who's on the mediums as well? So you've got Bailey on the mediums as well, starting in 7th. Rocket also on the mediums in 10th. So, watch out for Bailey near the end as well. He had good race pace last week. Just messed up badly by crashing out. So, he'd have forgotten. I think he did. Might not have. But I think he's got good race pace anyway. But the only representative for his team, so he has got to make sure that he puts himself in a good position here. I have no idea what you're saying there. No idea what you're saying. What is going on? Finn is finding himself in a little bit of a sandwich here between the Perks guys. He's a bit like Max Verstappen last year against the two Mercedes. Just can't really do anything. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I thought it was something like Hungarian. Just didn't know. It's alright. Just a little confused by it. You know, only speaking one language and all. Alright then, they're loading up, forming up onto the grid. Who will come out on top in this race? I'll have to wait and see. Joe Loke starting from pole, Finn next to him. It's Toby in 3rd, Igor 4th, Waldo 5th, Zoga 6th, Bailey 7th, So with Face 8th, Petty 9th, Musical Rocket 10th, Jackson 11th, and Dark Flash in 12th. Who will come out on top in this race? We'll have to wait and see. Got 29 laps to decide the winner. Will it be Joe Loke? Will it be Finn? Will it be Toby? Will it be Igor? Or will it be someone completely different? We'll have to wait and see. 5 lights. And away we go for this Bahrain Grand Prix, the second round of this season. And Joe Loke leads into turn 1 for now. But Finn, with a wonderful start, heads up into the first place and leaves Joe Loke in his dust. And Waldo, absolutely wonderful start from 5th place on the grid up into 3rd place already. Zoga's dropped down a couple of positions. Petty has messed up. Down into last. Igor. He's made a mistake there. Down in 7th place. Looked like contact there between a couple of them up the front. So it's struggled badly. Oh, so with Face has spun. Down into 12th place now. Waldo up into 2nd place. Absolutely smashing at the moment. But this is allowing Finn to just run away with it. Because they are fighting. And fighting badly with that. Musical Rocket up 4 places since the start. Absolutely smashing it. His teammate, though, down 3. He's struggling a little bit here. Waldo tries to send it back up the inside now. Pushing him off the track there. Pushing Joe Loke really wide. For the moment, keeping the position, though. But Joe Loke strikes back. Like a Star Wars film, that Joe Loke strikes back and takes back the position. Wonderful driving from the pair of them. Very clean indeed. Bailey up into 5th place as well, looking to try and make a move here. On the mediums as well, don't forget. Musical Rocket, the other person on the mediums, in 6th place. Finn has set fastest lap. Waldo has just dropped down many places. He hasn't actually. It's just a glitch. Don't worry. Just dropped to the back. Waldo has though been overtaken by Bailey. Bailey is now ahead of him with Finn still in the lead. Joe Loke second. Toby Kenobi in third place. But having a wonderful little battle here is Waldo and Bailey going side by side. Oh, he's just been clipped there. Yeah. Zoga getting a little bit too eager and just touching the back of Waldo there and sending him a little bit offline. But he sends it. Rocket has sent it there on Zoga. Absolutely sent it down into turn 9. Manages to make it work as well. But Zoga comes back at him into turn 10 and makes that move stick as well. Jackson down now into 9th place after that move from Igor. But up now into 8th place once again. Petty down in 10th, looking to try and make a move on Igor now. Going to try and gain back his positions that he lost at the start with an awful start. Oh, Flash and So with Face are both spun. They're really struggling at this Bahrain track. Finn has set fastest lap again. Absolutely smashing it at the moment. So everyone can beat the stopper in this race at the moment. He is acting like the cork in the wine bottle, just holding everybody back and leading this massive long train of cars. All the way back to Petty in 10th place that train goes. So from 3rd to 10th this train, as soon as the DRS is properly activated, they will just be following each other like mad. And those timings are really irritating me. Try and change things. The positions gained at the start though is Finn. He's gone up 1 place. Joe Loke has lost a place because Finn overtook him at turn 1. Everyone can be staying in the same place. Bailey up 3 places and on the medium compound tyre, so watch out for him. Waldo staying in the same place. Zoga staying in the same place. Rocket and Jackson both up 3 places. Igor down 5. Petty down 1. So with Face down 3. And Dark Flash started at the back, staying at the back. Waldo trying to make a move on Bailey, but Bailey actually catching the car ahead instead. I'm going to try and make a move on Toby now. Got the DRS. Toby does not have any DRS, so Bailey going to catch. We're very, very fast here now. 12 miles an hour difference between the two. Is he going to send it? No, he can't quite send it. Too far away for the time being is Bailey. Now though, got DRS again. Closer this time round. Not using any ERS though, so not actually trying to make a proper move. But 2 tenths away now. So close between these two. Rocket actually does not have DRS on the car in front, so struggling. If he wants to get that DRS and stay ahead of Jackson, he has got to catch up by a 10th to Zoga. She's so close to doing now. Not a 10th off, a 1,000th off. But just teetering on the edge of that line is Rocket. Just depends corner to corner whether he is close enough or not. Now then, Bailey, is he going to try and make a move this time round? Got the DRS, using the ERS. Is he close enough down into turn 11? No, he's not. Nowhere near close enough there. Very far behind Toby and just going to relax. Use the slipstream to his advantage and go from into turn 1. I believe Finn is out! Finn has spun it and is out of the race. Devastation. We have a virtual safety car. You can see his stricken car just there. He spun it the same place. Not the same place he did in quali actually. But he spun it and he is out of the race from 1st place. And that is the end of his race. All of the soft compound runners now pitting. I would expect at least. Oh, both the Perks drivers have pitted. But it's fine. It's fine. They're not in the same pit box. That's lucky for them. They've got niced by the game. Zoga on the softs, and same with Waldo. Have they made the right decision? They've gone with track position instead of the better tyres. Bailey's been going to drive through penalty for speeding under the VSC. His race has been ruined by that VSC now. He was on the medium compound tyre, looking very strong, leading the race. But with that drive through, he's not looking very strong anymore, and Toby's binned it. Toby has binned it at the exit of turn 3. He's binned the car. He's still alive though, hasn't lost any front. He's lost a little bit of front wing after just pitting, and that will most likely be the end of his hopes of winning this race. Waldo being overtaken by Zoga there. Zoga looking like he's got the more pace, but Waldo trying to come back at him here. Zoga making his car almost as wide as Alonso's and just holding him behind for a couple more corners at least. Waldo got a lot more ERS though, about 10% more, so he should be fine to make a move into turn 1 now. Both going to have DRS though. Bailey comes in service drive-through, so this is now the battle for the lead. It's Zoga currently in the lead with Waldo right behind. They're inside each other. But no, it's going to be Zoga keeping the lead for now. Waldo got a bad exit. Going to take a warning for that as well. Opens the DRS. Not going to use any ERS. Going to try and send it. No, he's not. Decides against it and just going to relax for a lap or so. Regather himself and go again at him. But he's going to go for him now. Well, that was stupid. He realised how stupid he was being and corrected himself there. No, it will push again in just a second, I would think. But he's got Rocket right behind him. Jackson actually struggling to keep up with this lot now. Rocket's really picked up the pace. There's the two guys ahead, their tyres completely dying off. Activating the DRS now, using a little bit of ERS is Rocket, but he's not close enough to Waldo to send him into turn 11. Might be able to get him into turn 1 though, unless these guys pit. So with Face has spun again. So with Face on the hard compound tyre, really struggling in that Stonks car. Obviously not a very nice car to drive. Struggling with it. Those Stonks engineers have really got to make sure that they make that car more drivable for him. Right then, will they pit? No, they won't. So Musical Rocket going to try and make the move down into turn 1 now for Jaguar. Can he make the move on the solo driver? But the solo driver trying to make a move on Zoga for the lead of the race. Or he's trying to go around the outside. Can't make it happen. So he's going to have to pull round once again and try and make something happen out of turn 3 into turn 4. We'll go on board with him now, activating the ERS. He did not get DRS. Is he going to send it? No, he's not. Just goes offline and actually it makes his corner worse, allowing Rocket to now catch up a little bit. Can Rocket send one down into turn 9? That's definitely a possibility because Waldo's so slow. Waldo very, very clever. A little bit cheeky, but extremely clever there. So his face is out of the race now. The Stonks car just not good to drive. Musical Rocket absolutely infuriated, I would suspect, by Waldo. But it's perfect driving from Waldo, just slowing him up, making his car as wide as physically possible, just making him a little bit slower through the corners by just pretty much not brake checking him per se, just actually purposefully getting his car a little bit out of shape to make sure that Rocket couldn't actually dive. And it was perfect defending. And now Rocket's going to try and send him. No, he's not. But for a second he was going to try and send him, but that would be very stupid. Now we're going to try and make a move into the final corner, activating the ERS. No, he's not going to try it. He knows that he'll lose out if he does. So he's going to try and go for it into turn 1. Or he's thinking there's no point if they're going to pit. But are they going to pit? No, they're not. They're not going to pit for now. Musical Rocket got to try and make it on track. Into turn 1, will it be for either of these drivers? No, it's all just going to be a procession into turn 1 and turn 2, through turn 3, and now down the straight into turn 4, both activating DRS. Can he make the move on Zoga? No, he can't. Musical Rocket still just sitting behind, struggling a lot. He's going to send it. He sent it down the inside into turn 5 there. Very dangerous move. He's made it work. A little bit of a bang of the wheels, but he's managed to make that work very nicely, has Rocket, and up into second place now. Up 8 places since the start. Absolutely smashing it. It may say that James Petty's up 2 places since the start, but that's a little bit misrepresented because he hasn't pitted yet. After that spin, I would expect him to end up further back by the end. Rocket so close to the back now of Zoga. Can he make the move? Down into turn 1 will it be? By the time he's close enough, it will be down into turn 1. He's not getting close enough for the time being. Dark Flash, I think, has spun again. No, he's been overtaken by Igor. Igor has got past. Dark Flash trying to fight him back. But I'm going to keep on my eye on the lead of the race as Zoga actually comes into bits. Waldo does not, though. So Jackson up into 3rd place now. Where will Zoga come out? Right, if he's only behind his teammate, he should be fine. But if he's behind Igor, it's going to be game over for him because Igor won't pit again. He's on the hards. So is Zoga, actually. But he's fine. Zoga ahead of Igor. And now when he catches up to Petty, he'll just let him through. Bailey still not having pitted yet because he is on that medium compound tyre. Joe Loke, though, has pitted. He went onto the medium compound tyre during the VSC. IFC Jackson really struggling at the moment, though. Really struggling to get the power down, just struggling with traction in general, it seems. So we'll see what he can do later on in the race, possibly, when his tyres become a little colder. At the moment, it just seems a little bit too hot. What's this decision? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I don't know why. I no idea. No, he was on Zoga was on the softs actually. If you're talking about him, he was on the softs. And Jackson gets past Waldo. There we go. He's through now. Waldo struggling to stay on those softs, and will be pitting at the end of this lap, I would think. Petty has actually pitted once in this race already. I think due to damage, so he's on the softs again. Yeah, Zoga on the hards at the moment. Igor and Waldo, the only people with penalties. Igor, though, having taken out, it looked like from the minimap, Dark Flash. They went side by side through turn 12. Dark Flash ended up coming off very, very badly. And I would think that it was Igor's fault. I don't know, though, so I'm not going to speculate too much, but it did seem like it was Igor's fault. Possibly Flash just spun on his own. But when they're side by side like that, it's most likely someone's fault. Right, and the fighting just starting to die down a little bit now. Starting to get less fights. As I say that, though, Igor is catching up to Zoga. That is because Zoga is still kind of warming up his tyres and getting those tyres up to the right temperature, ready to track down his teammate. Waldo has pitted now. So everybody now, everyone that was on the softs now having pitted. The only people who haven't is now the medium compound runners. Where will he come out though? Will it be behind Petty? It's going to be close. If he's behind Petty, he's most likely to be behind Zoga and Igor. Will he be behind? Yes, he will. Oh, that's painful for Waldo there. Will he be behind Dark Flash? Dark Flash can be right behind him as he comes out. That's not going to be good. No, this is fine. What's happened there? Oh, Rocket spun! Rocket from the lead of the race has spun off. Now that's a shame for him. That's a massive, massive shame. And he's now down into 3rd place. Joe Loke catching up to Jackson though. Jackson now going to try and hold on to the lead. Joe Loke with 5 lap fresher tyres, but both going to have to pit again. There's no way Loke is getting those tyres another 18 and a bit laps. No way. So this is for the lead of the race. Can he make the move down into the final corner? Will he make the move down into the final corner? I wouldn't if I were him. No, just lifting off there to make sure he stays behind. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier as well. Now smashing it through the corner, opening the DRS. Into the side now to make that overtake happen. Side by side, down the straight. Can Jackson hold it down into the corner? No, he can't. Jackson just going to preserve his tyres, preserve his car, take the DRS down into turn 4 and make himself faster because of it. Did he try and make a comeback on him? No, he won't. Just going to sit behind. It's the smart thing to do and help himself gain some lap time and leech off of the fastest man on track. Yeah, I was going to say, it's really not possible for him to make that extra 18 laps. No way was he doing that. Igor, though, trying to make an overtake on Zoga. Dropped off the back of Zoga in the last lap or so. But Igor seeming like the faster driver. Will he manage to claw back those 2 tenths and get within the DRS range again? Now comes through turn 9. He makes up a little bit of time on the entry there, but loses more time on the exit, having to use some ERS to get himself closer. He's not within the DRS range. Jackson already 2 seconds off the lead. So that just shows what the fresher tyres can do for you. Jackson got to try and get his tyres around the lap 19, I would think, if he wants to try and make the end on softs. There's going to be a push for Jackson. Might go to the hards though, that'd probably be the smarter play. Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's a lot of laps. Dude, Bailey's pitted. He's on the medium compound tyre and he has pitted, so that just shows the kind of lap they're going to pit now. He's going on to the hards as well, so it is a medium hard strategy. Soft hards seems to be quite fast as well though, but his tyres will be much fresher than everyone that was on the softs. So can he make it count? Can he make this strategy count towards him? Petty's pits onto the mediums. Is he gonna try and make the end on these? He's gonna try and make that happen. I have just been informed that there is a safety car inbound. Apparently, according to Solo. I don't know whether that's the leader of the Solo team, Solo. I don't know whether he's predicting that or whether he's saying that his team are going to create it. But he said that it's coming. So watch out for that. He's got 2 drivers in the race. Who's going to cause it? Yeah, he's going to have a lot of tyre wear by the end. It might work out for him, though. Yeah, he's 8th. He's guaranteed points as long as he finishes. So, yeah, he might as well try something. And, yeah. Try something. See if it works. If it doesn't, hey-ho. He's always got next race. All that. Right, Solo predicted there's going to be a safety car inbound. It's not going to be one of his drivers, he hopes, I guess. But, Musical, he thinks Musical is going to spin. Interesting. Musical has already spun once this race from the lead of the race. He spun himself out, now down into 3rd place. Still doing very well, though. Will we see a spin from Musical? I'm going to watch him intently. We're going to go on board with him as well. Will he spin? Will he spin? Now down into turn 10. Can't really spin here. Oh, Zoga spun. Not going to cause a safety car. Virtual safety car for that one. Virtual safety car for Zoga's spin. He's lost his front wing completely. So he was almost correct. He was almost correct there, was Solo. And luckily for him, it wasn't one of his drivers. It was a Project Blue Racing driver and his teammate, James Petty, trying the weirdness. And Zoga trying spinning strategies, I guess. Thought it worked for Vettel in 2020, maybe? Or thought it worked for Mazepin this year, maybe? But obviously not. He's not doing too well. Waldo catching up to Igor now, got much fresher and better compound tyres on his car. As he activates the DRS, he's going to gain a lot of time down this straight. He's going to try and make something happen. I'd say into turn 4 if he can stay kind of near. Igor using a lot of his ERS down that straight, down to 20%. So they're going to struggle to keep him behind. Now pushing as hard as he possibly can. He's not going to be able to catch up to him though. It's going to be turn 11, possibly turn 13 if he can get close enough. Now they're only 4 tenths away, 3 tenths away now, catching so fast. Going to disappear though through these medium speed corners due to that dirty air that the Jaguar car is shedding off of it. He now comes down into turn 10. Can he make something happen now into turn 11? Will it be something special? Here we go. Opens the DRS, using some ERS as well. Trying to negate Igor's use of it. No, he's not able to make anything happen. And by dirty air, I don't mean that his Jaguar is farting. I mean that the bad air from the car that was used in the aerodynamics is coming off, and not meaning that Waldo doesn't have any air to use for downforce. Rocket actually catching up to Jackson now. Really catching up as he tries to make... He's going to try and make a move now into turn 4. Opens the DRS. We'll go to James after this. Activates the DRS and the ERS. He's going to try and make it... No, he's not going to try and make a move. But Waldo and Igor fighting. Waldo can't make the overtake happen at the moment. Will it be into turn 4? Can it happen? Whoa, gets really hairy out that corner, does Waldo. And Igor gets the DRS. Just to rub it in his face. Two massive battles going on at the same time. I don't know which one to focus on. I guess we'll focus on the one for second place. Got a bad exit though, has Rocket. Not really a rocket out of turn 10, his car there. And really bogged down that Jaguar. Petty's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. Waldo now activates the DRS. Rocket going to try and make a move. No, he's not. Waldo activates the DRS. Nowhere near close enough to Igor, though. There you go. We'll have a bit of James for a couple corners. Lovely from James at the moment. Wonderful apex there. Wonderful with throttle use. Just a little lift off. Perfect, but Musical is through on Jackson. Jackson going to try and send him down into turn 1. Is he going to manage to make that happen? No, he's not. No way is that happening for Jackson. Unfortunately for him, though, he will not be able to make that move. Can he go back at him, though? Can he come back? He's got this here. Oh, he can't quite manage to make it happen at the moment. Going to try and push. Going to try and make sure he can get this going. Oh, Waldo now. Trying to make a move on Igor, finally managing to make it happen. Igor not going to fight it too hard, and he is through. He's got through on him. Now Jackson with that DRS, can he make something happen down into turn 11? Fortunately for him, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, Bailey's out! Bailey out of the race. He spun it exactly where Finn did in quali. Difference is he is out. Zoga and Toby going side by side here. Two people who messed up their own races earlier on. Now fighting for 9th and 8th. With 10th very close behind. Oh, Zoga decides against diving. But now tries for it again and gets spun. Half spun there. Oh, but Toby actually fully spins out the corner. And now down into last. Jackson trying to make a move around the outside, side by side with the Jaguar driver here, side by side with Rocket. Can he make it happen? Can he make something happen here? Something good for him. He doesn't have DRS though, so he's not going to make anything happen down into it. Right, then we're going to have the rest of the lap on board with Joe Loke. I'm going to shut up. You can see his wonderful pace here. Right then, that's a good lap from Joe Loke there. You got to see a lot of the wonderful apexes from him there. Wonderful cornering speeds. But now back on to this fight for second place. Jackson making a move on Rocket. He sent it down the inside. And that's a wonderful move from Jackson there. Up into second place now. This truly is the fight for second, because once they get on their softs, they're going to fly back through the field. They've only got to overtake 2 people. Joe Loke, though, 15 seconds in the lead. Absolutely smashing this. If he doesn't win, like, I don't know what. If he doesn't win, I'll be very surprised at this point. He's got to make a massive mistake for him to not win. His only true competitor was Finn, after overtaking him at the start. But Finn spun himself out of the race after being in the lead as well. Pain for him after being demoted down into P3 after thinking he'd finish P2. It's even more pain for him this week. And the same with the Perks guys. One of them in absolute jubilation at the moment. He pretty much knows he's won the race. Whereas the other one right the way down in last and struggling with the car itself. Well, I have to pit again, but he's going to struggle for the rest of the race. As for some reason, Rocket has decided to overtake Jackson into the final corner, which is very stupid. Oh, wait, no, it's perfect because he's going into pits. But Jackson has got DRS now, going to pump down the ERS, and now going to try and make himself get a good gap to Rocket. Can he set a wonderful in-lap to beat Rocket's out-lap here? Can he do it? Can he get himself back up into second place after this pit stop? Different strategy from these two, doing the opposite of what Rocket does, and he'll have fresher tyres when he comes out. That will be another deciding factor. He is currently about 20 seconds ahead of him. Yeah, he's just 22 seconds, I'd say, ahead of Rocket, but he's got to get together a wonderful lap because Rocket's only going to close that gap as he goes along. He's got to use a lot of that ERS. He's just leaving it on at this point. It makes sense. Leave it on for the whole lap. Do a quali lap on those old hards, mediums, and get himself, hopefully for him, up into second place once again. Well, it'll be 5th place once again. But provisional second, because they should be able to overtake Igor and Waldo. Joe Loke has pitted now as well. He knows that he'll keep the lead. He knows that Jackson will pit. And catching up so much is about now 20 seconds on the dot. So will he come out on top or will he crumble? You can see the green dot coming through turn 13 now. I think Jackson's lost out here. It's got to be a good stop. It's got to be a good stop if he wants any hope. Waldo's pitted as well. It's a good stop. He exits the pit lane well. Will it be enough though? As we see Rocket now. Will it be enough for Jackson? He's going to accelerate now. No, it's not enough for Jackson. We'll have 1 lap fresher tyres though. That's a shame for Jackson, but he will be looking to take back 3rd place in just a matter of laps. Possibly even corners if he can get those softs going well enough. Igor now on those hard tyres, looking to try and stay ahead of Rocket and Jackson. He's got to be Fernando Alonso here against Hamilton. He's got to do it well as well. This also, if he holds him up enough, could help Jackson close back down the gap to Rocket. And that would help him out very much. But actually, Igor and Rocket are on the same team, which is absolutely perfect for Rocket. This is amazing for the Jaguar team because it means they've solidified their place in P2 and will help themselves out. They will make this much more definite than it would have been before. Because when they catch, Rocket's going to be let through, Jackson going to be fought. Team game will come into play. Jackson's teammate out of the race. He's not even using the right livery at the moment. So he should be unhappy with himself. Should Jackson? Petty actually on those mediums. Up into 5th place. Doing quite well. But he's got to hold back Waldo here. Got to try and hold him back. Rocket catching Igor very fast. Jackson slowly catching Rocket. I'll just drop my phone. But slowly catching Igor is... well, fast catching Igor is Rocket. Slowly catching Rocket is Jackson. Actually dropping off now. It's a bit of ping pong between those two. It's a... keeps on going down, then going back up, then going down, then going back up. It's a very, very weird split. They're now within 5 seconds of him. Can he make something happen here? They're within 5 seconds. Jackson's got to catch up before they catch up that 5 seconds. Otherwise, it is over. Joe Loke sets fastest lap to solidify his place at the top. Oh, is that Petty? Petty is spun. Oh, no. Devastation for Petty there. He's spun the car down into 6th place. And his teammate might even get close to him now. He's going to have boiling hot tyres going around the fastest corner on the circuit, which isn't going to help him too much. But he's struggling here now, is Petty, especially with that penalty that he's carrying. He's going to struggle, but he's still in 6th place, only dropping 1 place, luckily, because that massive gap between him and his teammate. Jackson's still catching, but they're both still catching Igor in 2nd. Igor's going to be overtaken surely very soon. Jackson now actually dropping off the back of Rocket. Rocket getting into his stride. And Jackson, I think, actually just running out of ERS. He's on 35%. Rocket on 72. That could just be the difference between these two drivers here. This, though, is the battle for the podium. With only 6 laps to go, just over actually, but 6 laps to go really. They've got to do something special here. They've got to catch up fast. They've got to make every single second count on track to make sure that they can do well. Joe looks pitted again. Why? Is he just bragging? But that, no, why would he pit again? This makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. His tyres would have made the end. No, he's not pitting. He's not pitting out of pity, because he might not get past them all. That's the thing. If these guys defend hard, he might not get past them. Which is stupid from him. He could bin it as well. So he just seems like cockiness at this point, which isn't very... It's not good to see. Just pitting because you can. That'd be like Lewis Hamilton when he was 40 seconds up the road sometimes, like last year and the year before. Just pitting for no reason, just because he feels like it, you know. But he is catching fast, in fairness to him. Rocket now catching up to Igor. When will he catch up enough that Igor will let him through? We'll have to see. Will Igor even let him through? Will Igor be selfish? Not let him through and try and take the win for himself? I don't think so, though. Joe Loke actually now within DRS already of Jackson, but already catching up massively. But it's about making the overtake, not just catching up. Right, surely Igor's going to let him through here. Yeah, there we go. Already pulling to the side. Already letting his teammate through. He actually lifts off a bit there. Lets him through. Drops back in behind and he'll be fine. But Joe Loke making the overtake. Jackson trying to defend. Can't defend though. Oh, he spun. Dark Flash round. He's lost his whole front wing as well. So now going to pit onto fresh tyres. And for a new front wing. More importantly, actually, for a new front wing. Now then, Loke's been given a penalty. That's not going to help him. He's been given a 3-second penalty. Can these guys hold him back long enough that he will have to pay the price for that penalty? And he's holding back until lap 28 for that penalty to really come into play. But it doesn't look like it's going to, because he's already overtaken Igor. His next target is going to be the lead. Look at penalties, yeah. He's only got 3 seconds, so it looks like it's going to play into his hands still, unless he gets another one. But I still feel like he probably will be able to make a move. Waldo being given another penalty. That puts him at risk of Petty. If Petty can catch up just by 3 seconds it is, he will be able to make something happen here. As he now tries to make the overtake round the outside. Loke on Rocket. Can he make the move? Can the Perks driver get past the Jaguar driver? It looks like it. Yes, it is. He's got through and Jackson through on Igor at the same moment. Whoa! Massive snap oversteer there from Joe Loke. Managing to hold it somehow, getting really squirmy out of turn 3 there. Somehow managing to hold on. Wonderful catch there from Joe Loke. But back down into second. He's got to make that overtake once again. He actually gets pushed a little bit wide there after trying to make a weird dive. Or maybe just trying to make things more interesting at the moment. But he has got that 3-second penalty. So he's got to try and get through as fast as he can. But he's got Jackson right behind him now. Jackson's going to try and make something happen. If they slow each other down too much, Jackson will be coming right the way through as they go side by side through turn 11 now. Will it be side by side through turn 12 as well? Not what you want to see, especially with what happened between Igor and Dark Flash through the same corners. But he should be fine. As Petty gets another penalty, which means that Waldo will most likely be fine. Is now Joe Loke going to try and make up that ground again, but the guys behind him have DRS. That's the problem. He's going to have to try and make up the time through the corners, or will he have to try and make the overtake again as Rocket trying to go around the outside of Joe Loke. He's managed to make it happen. Wonderful overtake from Joe Loke there. Absolutely wonderful, having to dump all of his ERS though out the corner to try and stay ahead through into turn 4. Joe Loke sends him into turn 4. He's just going to have to let him through his Rocket. But all this is doing is helping Rocket and Jackson, because what it's doing is slowing them down. Can Rocket get DRS into turn 10? It actually looks like he might not be able to. It seems like Joe Loke has got far enough away, possibly, to mean that he won't get the DRS. No, he will get DRS. Just about gets the DRS. Rocket, so we'll gain yet more time down the straight. Joe Loke actually on 3% ERS, so can't even use that to his advantage, and gonna struggle now. Zoga gets past Petty. Petty probably letting him through, bearing in mind these two are teammates. Now then, Rocket trying to keep with him, trying to make something happen. If I were him, I'd dump my battery down this next straight. Absolutely dump it. Try and stay near. You might as well go all out for that first place. You might as well. He's got a 3-second penalty. You've only got 2 more laps to survive. Can you manage it though, Rocket? Can you manage it? You've got 20% ERS left. Can you stay within 3 seconds by the end of the race? If you can, you will take the win for Jaguar. And it would be a wonderful 1-4. But can he do it? That is the question. Can he do it with Jackson pursuing behind? We'll have to wait and see. But not gaining too much time is Joe Loke at the moment. But this is the sector where he gains the most. That little section, he gains 3/10 a lap. He's got to push, does Rocket. He really has to push and try and keep that win. He's got to dump the ERS. He's got to dump it so badly to stay next to Joe Loke. Because Joe Loke got barely any at all. So if he uses just some ERS, he should be fine. But dropping further and further back off is Rocket. Come on, Rocket. Push as hard as you possibly can if you want that win. Push, push, push. Joe Loke doing the exact same. But Rocket just not using that ERS. Even though he's got 20% of it left. Is he saving it all for the last lap? Probably. He's just not touching it. It's very weird. Just not touching the ERS for some reason. Deciding not to use it. He's got 2/10 of a gap. You've got to use the ERS. Come on, Rocket. If you want the win, you've got to use the ERS. I know all of the Jaguar supporters are going to be gunning for you here. You've got to use more of it if you want to stay ahead. He's used quite a bit of it there. And he's gained back some time. It's the final lap. Can he stay within the time? He'll lose about 4 or 5/10 in the middle sector. He's got to gain time now. He's got to gain a lot of it now if he wants to stay ahead. He's got 12% left. Joe Loke got 13. So actually Joe Loke better than Rocket in terms of ERS. But it's going to come down to the wire to who can win this race. It's the final lap. Rocket just inside that 3-second margin at the moment. He's got more ERS than Joe Loke. But he's losing time to Joe Loke as well. He's 2/10, 1/10 away now from dipping outside. He's outside the zone. He is outside. He's got himself back in though now. But he's got to dump that battery. He's got to try his absolute hardest. He's just outside. He's struggling now with Rocket. Rocket is going to be so close for him as they cross the line. It's going to be literal thousandths between it, I think. But now actually starting to drop back a little bit. I think Joe Loke has left his best till last. The final lap, he's pulled it back together and should be able to actually take the win by about 3/10 in the end it will be. As Rocket can't get quite close enough. They needed to hold him back for another half a lap. Because that was so close. 5/10 it was in the end. Jackson 2 seconds behind him. So that is the podium. Joe Loke, Rocket, Jackson. Then Igor in 4th. It's a 2-4 for Jaguar. Absolutely wonderful for them. Waldo in 5th for Solo. Solo still doing well after a win last time out. Petty in 6th place at the moment. Zoga in 7th. Those two kind of just doing a procession drive at the moment. But Zoga will take that 6th place due to James's penalties. Dark Flash also for Solo down in 9th. But will score points. That's the most important thing. He will be scoring points for the team. There we go. Petty across the line. Toby also crossed the line. And he actually goes up into 7th. Petty losing out 7th by 0.03 of a second. Toby just stealing that 7th place. James will be devastated with that. And then Dark Flash will cross the line now. Well, not now. In a couple seconds to take home 2 points for Solo, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Crossing the line in 9th. Good drive from him after a couple bad mistakes. Just finishing is an achievement in itself, especially when you're driving pretty much flat out the whole race as they do in these 50% races. Massive congratulations to the podium finishers. We're about to get them in a party. If you have any questions for them, put it in the chat and I will ask them those questions in just a second. Just gotta wait for it to allow me. I want to watch the whole of this. But wonderful drives from these guys. Seriously, absolutely wonderful. Joe Loke just managing to pip it in the end. Igor just getting 4th place as well. Waldo was closing in quite fast, but held him off in the end because Waldo made a little mistake. Hello guys, if you could please allow your voice for the stream, that'd be very, very wonderful. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, if you could allow your voice for the broadcast, lads, that would be perfect.
Cheers.
Yeah. Alright, Jackson, you there?
Yeah.
Right, I want to start off with you. You had an up and down race. You started your quali. I could see your strategy from the start. You wanted to just start on the mediums, and that was your only goal. You were dropping off halfway through. Were you struggling for pace during the whole race? Because it seemed like you just weren't quite. You just didn't quite have enough pace.
Bahrain's not really one of my strongest tracks, but I did want to start on the medium, so I wasn't going to push for a really quick lap if I could get one.
Yeah, you got the podium in the end. So the strategy worked very well, and yeah, it worked out for you in the end. Couple hairy moments throughout, lots of side-by-side moments for you.
Yeah, there was a few.
What was your mind going through when you realised you were behind Igor and Rocket? Because obviously Igor, Rocket's teammate, just going to allow him through. You were going to have to fight past him. What was going through your mind when you realised that?
I knew I was quicker than him during the first and second stint, so I just thought I'd stick behind him until I could get just a nice clean overtake. Yeah.
Yeah. See that coming into play. You were just biding your time with a lot of people, just making sure that you weren't diving anybody and making sure that you were staying close.
I thought those two were going to end up crashing because they're fighting a lot.
Yeah,
I was hoping for it.
Fighting a lot. But they didn't. They kept it very clean, and it was good to see as well. But a very strategic race from you today. Nothing too special in terms of driving, but in terms of the strategy and the tactics behind it, it worked extremely well. And again, another tactical race for you, ruined by a couple of little mistakes here and there.
Still got podium, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you still got that podium. 1 place higher than last week. Rocket, so close for you. So close. 5 tenths it was in the end. How does it feel to just come so close, but not actually quite make it?
I don't know. I mean, I spun earlier in the race from the lead, so after that I didn't think I was planning for lead to begin with. Happy that Joe was in an interesting strategy of like, I don't know what he did, like medium soft in the end, something like that. Something stupid. But yeah, I think he was just having some fun playing with us a little bit, because obviously him being a British F4 driver, there's not a lot we can do against him. But yeah, great battle with him in the end. I don't know if he was a bit sandbagging in that battle, but
I wasn't. I actually wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think he was sandbagging, because he was having to push so hard to get away from you at the end. He was pushing his heart out to get away from you.
Oh,
and,
okay.
As I say, so close at the end as well. Yeah, what was going through your head when you did spin? Because that was a shame for you. Just spun, and what was going through your head?
To be honest, when you spin, it's all about just getting your head back down. That's what I did straight away. Damage rotation, I was like 4 seconds ahead, then I was 4 seconds down, so I lost 8 seconds with that spin, which should have cost me like 13 in the end. So in the end, it wasn't too bad of a spin, but I still missed out Joe, and in my opinion, that's what cost me the win today.
Yeah, without that spin, you probably would have won it. So next race, you might look quite strong again, might be able to take a win.
Yeah.
If you just don't spin, as long as you get the strategy right again. You and Jackson, perfect strategy.
Yeah, possibly.
Whereas the
just congratulations to Joe real quickly on that podium.
Yeah, it was a wonderful drive from Joe today, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Talking about strategy though, Joe, what was the thoughts behind that strategy?
I mean, obviously I started a little soft, so I just obviously did my normal strategy, this soft, medium, soft, and then I realised how far ahead I was, so I decided to have a bit of fun, and then pitted again onto another set at the softs, and then just, yeah, overtook him.
It was close though at the end. It almost backfired on you, but you managed to make it work. and yeah, very, very, very good drive. What was going through your head after turn 1? Because obviously you weren't in the lead anymore, because Finn managed to get you at the start. Bit of a bad start from you. Were you thinking about changing up your strategy a little bit, or was it the same thing and just having to overtake him?
I was sticking to the exact same, really. I knew I had the pace on him, so I was just gonna mainly help my teammate Toby. Really, that was my plan from the start, because I knew that I had the pace to win.
Yeah.
So, and I knew that Toby should have been up there with me. Unfortunately, he had a bit of bad luck, but
Yeah, he had a lot of bad luck today, and a couple spins as well, which didn't help him. So yeah, it wasn't too good from him. But on the opposite scale, you were blindingly fast, mate. It was ridiculous how fast you were.
thanks.
And pretty much the only time you weren't in the lead was when you were overtaken and when you pitted. So yeah, and then obviously Finn spinning out, you retook the lead. That helped you out a lot. You took that time to pit, and it worked out for you in the end. After some wonderful overtakes at the end as well, some high-speed moves and a wonderful battle with Musical as well. That was an absolutely wonderful race.
Apart from a little pun in the heaven.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I just love that.
But it was a wonderful race from all three of you in different ways. You played it in completely different ways, but it worked out amazingly well for all three of you. You should be very proud of yourselves for that performance today. It was wonderful to watch as well. Great race to commentate on. A little bit boring in the middle part, but the end definitely pulled it back. So yeah, extremely well done. Hope to see more races like that in the future. And yeah, absolutely wonderful. Congratulations, you three.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. It's been absolutely wonderful commentating on this race. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Some wonderful battles throughout. 2 battles that went on simultaneously for like 3 laps, which was too hard to keep up with. But I managed to keep up in the end. But absolutely wonderful race. Congratulations to all of the drivers that managed to finish. They all got points in the end, the guys who finished the race. So well done to those guys. And well done to the top 3 as well. The podium finishers, very, very well done indeed. So I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye guys.
What the hell?